Migrant caravan takes over bridge, gets special surprise on other side. The caravan formed last Saturday in San Pedro Sula, Honduras, and arrived in Guatemala on Monday. Migrants in the group told CNN and Español they were bound for the United States, seeking work and fleeing political corruption and violence. Leaders throughout the region have publicly urged them for days to turn back. 4 Mexican police officers were injured in the standoff at the Mexican border, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Friday. Speaking to reporters on a tarmac in Mexico City, where had been meeting with leaders about the caravan and other matters, Pompeo accused the caravan of using women and children as shields as they make their way through. "This is an organized effort to come through and violate the sovereignty of Mexico," Pompeo said. "We're prepared to do all that we can to support the decisions that Mexico makes about how they're going to address this very serious and important issue to their country." Friday morning, members of the caravan gathered in the border city of Tecpan. They waited in sweltering heat for hours for others to arrive, packing streets for blocks on end. They streamed through gates on the Guatemalan side of the border around 12 p.m. Friday 2 p.m. Eastern Time, cheering and chanting as they marched. Celebratory air horns blared as they headed toward Mexico's port of entry. Fox News. Watch Honduran migrants, traveling in a caravan to the United States, broke down the gates at the Guatemalan border crossing and began streaming toward a bridge into Mexico. Carlazobs. Migrant caravan. The bridge has become a large refugee camp, it's a surreal scene. Hondurans are cleaning up their trash. When they reached a padlocked steel fence near the Mexican side of the bridge, the sheer numbers of the migrants allowed them to break through. Mexican police pushed them back. Hundreds of Mexican federal police sealed the border as drones and helicopters hovered above the crowd. Naluso. The migrant caravan just broke the fence on the Guatemalan side and arrived to the Mexican gate. Catelinthicum. Members of the migrant caravan crossing into Mexico. ABC World News. Caravan migrants on their trek to the U.S. arrived at the border bridge separating Mexico, Guatemala in hopes of continuing their passage north, defying Pres. Trump's threats of retaliation as some were seen jumping into the Suchiate River to journey onward. It wasn't known whether they were trying to swim across to the Mexican side of border, go back to Guatemala or just get relief from the crowds on the bridge. And, the Mexican police decided not to let them pass. Boom. CNN. Honduran migrants in a massive caravan surged across a bridge leading to Mexico on Friday before they were halted in a chaotic confrontation with a group of Mexican police in riot gear.